everyone. It's me, Lauren, for Lovely's Instinct. I just dropped something. Okay, I'm coming to you today with a much requested video. A lot of you know that I initially started doing enhancement videos here on YouTube that involve the use of gels. And I used soak-off gels primarily, but I showed traditional gels in a couple of videos. So I've gotten a lot of requests for a video on how to remove the traditional gel because gels come in two types. One type is traditional hard, and the other type is a soft soak-off gel. Now, if you want to know more about the difference between acrylic and gels, then I have a video on that you can look up, and I'll try to remember to put a link down below. So, for soak-off gels, you can soak off with acetone, foul the top a little bit, soak it, and it'll come off. And some of them you don't even have to foul the top of. But traditional gels are very tricky because you can't soak them off whatsoever. So, once you get that gel on your nails, it's stuck unless you remove it through fouling it off. And so, some salons may use a drill, which I don't know. I haven't really heard of any of, I don't want to say Americanized, but any of the other nail salons who I know do true gels and not like acrylic and gel mixture. I haven't heard of them using I haven't heard of them using drills to remove the gel from the nail. So, these are things that you need to have handy if you're going to remove your own gels. Now, I must give a disclaimer up front because I know a lot of times people want to leave negative and horrible, disrespectful comments because I choose not to do my methods the same way that you do. This is the way that I do it. It has worked for my own personal nails. No infection, no problems with my nails, natural nails, no harm, no nothing. So if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to take my process as gold. You can do whatever you like. But this is what works for me. It has worked for others. And I'm just sharing it with those of you who have asked for the video. So all of the little hateful comments that probably will come behind this anytime I do a gel video or any type of video for that matter, then you can save it. So, things needed. The first thing you would need is C&D Scrub Fresh, and I will explain this to you later. Or I'll give you an alternative of something to use. You will also need a 180 grit file. And then you will also need a yellow manicuring block or a white polar block. Either or you can use both. I kind of go through everything I got just to make sure I get the stuff off my nails. Okay, for your nails, if you have traditional gels on and you have a regular nail polish on top, you want to go ahead and get that polish off with polish remover. It really doesn't matter if it's acetone free or with acetone. Then after you get all the polish off, you want to take your 180 grit file and you want to start filing your nail down on the top. Now, I must say, if you added like nail tips on with the gel, then you probably want to cut those down first if they're super long. But if you just have an overlay and you want to keep the length of your natural nail, then it's fine. You don't have to cut down the nail. So with this file, you're going to take it and you're going to go file off the gel off each nail individually. So in this way, usually you can file in the direction of the way that your nail grows. For me, I usually file towards myself, filing away from the cuticle. That's the way that I go. Do not go back and forth, go in one direction. So you're going to just keep filing and filing and filing. And make sure you don't focus on one area. Just go around the whole nail and file a little bit. Gently. Not necessarily gently, but you don't want to do it hard. Because one thing is, if you have one layer of gel on, like you did one set of gels on your nails, then you don't want to file too hard because it's not that much gel on your nail. Well, it shouldn't be. They should be natural looking, a thin coat of gel on it, really. It shouldn't be thick, like really thick, how some girls wear their nails. I can't even think of a good example right now. But if you've had like gel fill-ins and it's numerous coats on there, then you may have to file just a little bit longer. So my suggested way of thinking whether or not how long to file, I would say at least a minute. And I'm filing fast. So just a minute of doing that. And probably, yeah, a minute. It is a minute. And then you're going to stop. You're going to look at the nail. You can feel the tip of your nail and see if you have anything left on it, which you probably will, a thin coat. That is when the C&D comes in handy. Now, I learned this while working under someone about using the Scrub Fresh. But before I learned the trick with Scrub Fresh, I think I was just using water. I would run my hands under water and see if I had like a shiny coat on my nail still. That way I knew, okay, I still have gel on. So if you don't want to use water, if water really doesn't work for you, I mean, you really have to have a keen eye of knowing this is your nail and this is gel. Like, it's a very thin line when you have a thin coat of it on your nail. Then you would use the Scrub Fresh. Put it on a nail wipe it on the nail, any shiny part of it, then you can tell that you still have gel on there. So once you get that far after a minute of filing, Scrub Fresh or water, I like to use a white block or a manicure block. Now this manicure block is not as rough. The Polar, I would have to say, is a little bit rougher than the manicure block that I have. And I like to use these when I get that low because that way I know with the 180, because I've done this, trial and error, everything that I do, trial and error education. Trial and error, the first time I removed my gels, I kept doing it with the 180. I went too far deep into my pinky nails. And it was like really pink in the center of my own nails. And when they touched water, it burned like crap. So it hurt. So that's why I say a minute of this, and that's not necessarily gently, but not rough either. You just want to file across it. Maybe I should say gently because some people are heavy-handed. So gently you want to file one direction away from the cuticle across your nail. Try the Scrub Fresh. And then this, if it's a little bit left on there, then, you know, you could kind of etch the gel up a little bit more to come off your nail. And so I go in one direction with this. Now back and forth, that's kind of like what I do if you're, we talked about this in a past video. That's kind of like when you're smoothing out the nail or any roughness in your nail, that's going back and forth. But in one direction, it's at least getting that little bit etched up a little bit more. And then when I see that the little bit thin layer that's left on my nail is etched up some more, then I go back with this gently and try to get the little bit, last bit of it up. Now I must say, if you're doing yourself, you're not always going to get all of it off in one sitting completely. It may be just a little bit that's left on there. And it's okay because sometimes you're not even going to notice it. Like, it could be a little bit on the corner of your nail. But then when you go to remove your polish after wearing it like a week, a few days, a week, then when you take it off, then you'll see that that little piece of gel is ready to be picked off anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. So that is the most simplest way that I can describe to remove gels. Now, if I was still wearing traditional gels, then I would do a live tutorial. But unfortunately, I haven't put them on my nails for a few months. I've been wearing soak-offs because I like to change my polish a lot. I like to change my nails a lot. And my hands feel so much heavier when I have enhancements on. I don't know what it is, but they just feel heavy. And when I remove them, I feel so much better because it's like I feel free. But whatever. So let me know if this helped you. If you have any questions whatsoever, no matter how simple or how complicated, please write me. You can send it through email if you don't want to comment below, or you can send it through personal message on YouTube. All questions are welcome. There are no stupid questions because I know some people say that in their emails, and no, you know, how would you know unless somebody else tells you or you find the answer through research? So just send me a message or comment below if you have any other questions, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye!